real-time density map of where pedestrians have been. Alright, talking to the mule here from yesterday. I do not know that this heat map has semantic capabilities. But if it did, it would be very, very, very easy. It actually can. So when you run this model, it's basically people running around, and this is 63 representation of movement train subway hole. The way the pedestrian model works is that you specify, like, this is where people can enter, this is what people can mean, and you just tell them, you need to go through the turnstiles down that way. You don't tell them where to move in the space. You only tell them where they're allowed to move. Okay, so like all these walls, they're not allowed to circumvent it. It uses a social force model to try to figure out where the path they're taking, but that's not really what I'm wanting to show. If I go to the 2D version, that's the density map that's being produced in real time by where people are or where people have been. You can set this density map to be either attenuating or not attenuating. Attenuating, as this one is, it's basically this would be the long-term projection. Whereas if you have a non-attenuating base, the largest crowding you'll ever see is the color that you have there. So, for example, in this model, the areas of congestion are here and actually around the exit. And if I speed this up, this will show it to you. Okay. You know, I can speed this up. And as you can see, we got lots of things going on. So, you know, that's the density map feature. That's the newest feature, Logic 6.
So that works for the 6 months, but it's limited in the educational version?
Yes, specifically the Dutch library is limited in the educational version. How it's limited, I can't recall. The only reason I know that is because the model I built to get hired by AnyLogic was the pedestrian evacuation model. And it's a very, very common use of our pedestrian libraries to do evacuation.
So quick question about
Sure.
this, Scott. This heat map, is that something which depends and can only be used in conjunction with pedestrian libraries specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pedestrian library. Now the point is that when AnyLogic 7 comes out, everything gets unified.
Yes.
So at that point, I can use it with agents.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, but yes, this is basically the way the pedestrian models work. Please note it's very different from how normal discrete event models will model actions. You can model network-based discrete event modeling, which the Trauma Center did, if you remember the Trauma Center did earlier. But it will not. But you don't have crowding in a network-based discrete event model. All you have is hand make a hallway a resource and say only BNCs can be in a hallway at a time. That's one way to prevent congestion. But if you have an evacuation model, you know, if you have a discrete evacuation model, when the evacuation sound happens, basically all of this starts moving towards the exit and those form a nice, neat, orderly line out the door. That does not happen in the real world. What happens in the pedestrian model is you hit the evacuation signal and they all bunch up right here. And you have this big, like, you know, thing right there. But the overall methodology right now of pedestrian library is discrete events. It's not agent-based. It's sort of internal hybrid because all the pedestrians have their own internal pathfinding behavior, but it's not something you can access or modify. I mean, you can modify how fast they want to go and how many pedestrians in the model, but you know. But again, in AnyLogic 7, it's all gets unified. So yeah.
So you could access this type of functionality within an agent-based model?
Yes. Yes. Very, very cool.
And AnyLogic 7 is going to be import
Yes, it'll be fully fabric compatible.
Shirley, you want to give him the latest version of the model?
I just read the download this morning and then
Well, by the way, like I said, the only concern I have is I don't know the semantic capabilities of each map. So I don't know if it's just showing you what's going on over time or if you can actually access it and gain, you know, some information about it or not. So I would have to check on that.
Right. In other words, is it purely a visual depiction, or is it something that you can programmatically sort of interrogate and say, like, where's the point of highest?
And I know we haven't really talked about the animation very much, but another of the things I've added in 6.9 was basically the crowning jewel of one of my coworkers. One of my fellow consultants, just became a full-time consultant in Russia. And the way they do that is they have to build a model, sort of like a masterwork. So, and this model is a manufacturing model, so it's not necessarily directly applicable, but I wanted to show you the capabilities of our animation, which we have talked about somewhat, but we've focused here on functional animation. It doesn't necessarily have to be functional. This is a 2D animation of a concrete factory. And unfortunately, the resolution is such that I cannot actually show you what's happening on the right is the rising area for the thing. Obviously, this is built on top of an AutoCAD layout. AnyLogic, of course, can import AutoCAD drawings as well as GIS maps. I'll speed this up a bit, but then I'm going to show you the 3D. This is the 3D model. Okay, we can have different areas we can look at. You know, we also can also have a moving thing. And this is, I mean, this is really nice. This is really nice graphics, but you can be even better. I really like this. We actually found one error is that this moving entry can go through this ladder. So, no, because the ladder is just a picture. It's not like I've created anything. Also, please note, I love this fact. This is one of the things I love about Dimitri is that he knows how to do interfaces very well. Please note, as the concrete is drawing, it's changing color. Okay. So, and now we're all chopping. We're doing all this stuff. Okay. So, by the way, do you know how he did that? Anybody in the Java programs in the room? Do you know how he did that? There's a Java function called linear interpolation, and it's just with the colors. You give it 2 colors, and then you specify from 0 to 1. That's how he did it, because he's having a dynamic parameter. It's basically how long do I have to age? A half hour. Well, if it's fully unaged, it's like blue, and if it's fully aged, it's green. You just use that function to basically change this color dynamically over time. I use this in another model to very great effect. And that's the type of visualization you need to give people to have them get buy-in. How can I tell when this is done? How can I tell this is taking the correct, case of concrete out to the cuts? It's because they're all green when they're taking them out. So, that's just other sort of stuff we go on. Yes?
Can we use these animations in another animation software?
You can. I would probably say that our animation abilities is good enough that you could probably do it here, except for maybe if you want to do get away from using our network visualizations. That might be something you want to use in another software, but generally that's output of the model. This is the actual model running. This is not just a picture of the model running. Okay? And in fact, in particular, when we talk about pedestrian dynamics, and in 7 this will become important for all types, the animation generally is not separated from the model. It is part of the model. I can't run that pedestrian library. I cannot show the animation, but the animation has to be running actually part of the model, because otherwise that's how it knows where to go. Okay? So you have that kind of, capabilities. Anyway, I think it's lunchtime.
We gotta get going. Thanks very much, Scott.
No problem.
Appreciate you taking the time to do that.